Hello, Ron Briggs, Blackmore, Vale Honey, and welcome back to the channel. So in this episode, it's only going to be a short one, we're going to talk about how you introduce a mated queen into a nuc. Yes, welcome back. So I've got some mated queens to introduce to my nuc, so I thought I'd bring you along for the journey. But before you even think about introducing queens to any colony, they have to be hopelessly queenless. No, without any shadow of a doubt, there's no chance of them whatsoever making a queen. So there's a number of different ways to do that, but it's all about the numbers from when they're egg to when they're viable to when they can be a queen. So these two nucs, we took the splits a week ago from two colonies in this apiary, and then yesterday we made them hopelessly queenless, because after a week, or certainly after sort of 4 or 5 days, they've got no chance of finding any viable eggs in which to make themselves a queen. So all that's going to be in there then is queen cells. So we've come in yesterday and we've knocked down every single queen cell, and it's important you get every one as well. So you have to shake every bee off of every frame and physically check that there is no queen cells left in there, because if there's just one queen cell, they won't accept your queen. So all that effort you've gone to raise that queen in whatever method you've done it, you've now lost it. Or if you've bought one. So if you've bought one, then you've just wasted 50 quid. So both of these, we came up yesterday. I'll insert a bit of video here whilst I'm talking of us making these, checking them to make sure they're hopelessly queenless, which they now are. So today's really just a simple bit, actually introducing the queens. So I suspect if you're raising your own queens, you've probably don't really need this video. You already are introducing queens into your colonies. So we'll assume that you've bought them. So these are queens that I've took out the apodias yesterday, and I've put them into the introduction cages, which is quite simply one of these. So let's assuming that you've bought your queens in. This is how they'll come. So they'll come in an introduction cage, sealed on like that. You see there's a number of bees in there. That's just attendants that we put in to look after the queen while she's in there. And you've got a plug of candy on the end here, and it's capped on this end. All right, and then you can see, so when you first get your queens, the first thing you want to do is look in and make sure that it's actually alive, because if you've bought them and they're not alive at that point, sometimes it might even be worth taking some video as you open the package, because then you can get your money back or get a new one. So you've got two choices now. You either put this straight into your colony. It all depends when you've made them hopelessly queenless, because you can literally make the colony hopelessly queenless and put this in straight away. But if you're going to do that, it might be worth leaving the tabs on and just leaving it for another 24 to 48 hours, just to make sure it is hopelessly queenless. But if you're satisfied it's hopelessly queenless, all you got to do is pop it in and release the tabs. Now there's two schools of thought here about what we do with the attendants. So some people say you remove the attendants, and other people say just leave them in. And to be quite honest, I've done it both ways and I've not really noticed that much of a difference, if I'm honest. I think ultimately it's probably best to remove the attendants, because obviously there's a lot of pheromone coming from them, which when you put it in with the bees, they're going to assume it's bees that have come along to steal from them, rob from them, or whatever. So if you can release it, all well and good. But if you're afraid of doing that and you think you might lose the queen, then just pop them in with the attendants in place. It's that risk balance, isn't it? Are you going to lose your queen or injure your queen whilst you're removing the attendants? So if you're going to remove the attendants, there's a bit of advice. One is don't do it in your car, because if you lose the queen, and don't forget these are not clipped, so she could still fly. If you lose the queen, she's going to fly straight towards the light, which is your windscreen, and then disappear down into the grills and the vents and everything else, and you'll probably lose her. Don't do it outside, because she could just fly away. Although if that does happen, don't panic, just stay still, and then for about 10 to 15 minutes you'll probably see her come back and land, because she's orientated to that place. It is a heart-stopping moment, but they tend to always come back. If you're going to do it and you haven't got anything else, then the smallest room in your house, so say like this toilet, obviously shut the toilet seat because you don't want to fall in the toilet, especially if it's got a window, because then when you do it, if you do lose her, she'll fly towards the window and then you'll be able to pick her up and grab again. Or I use one of these. So I think in the good old bad old days, these were called mufflers, weren't they, where you put your hands in to keep them warm. Well, it's a similar sort of design with that. You put them in, there's no chance of the bees can escape, and you've got a net there with a white background that you can actually see when you remove your queen. So let's do that first. Let's get rid of that. And I like to do this in the actual bee yard as well, because all these attendants, if you do it at home or you have done it in your car or do anything else, you kind of lose those bees really. Whereas at least if you do it in here, in the bee yard, at least they've got a chance to go back and find themselves a hive. So this queen releasing cages by BJ Sheriff. You see that? Right, then all you got to simply do is put your glasses on. And then once they're in there, you see you've got no way of getting out. And all you got to do then is release them. And they tend to fly about everywhere. And then all the bees that are in there, and then all the bees that are in here that were the attendants can just be shook out. Go get off. There you go. Right, that's one done. Let me see if I can't get this one, show you better. Okay, so we've got one done, because there's two we're doing in this apiary. Let's put that back in my warm pocket for the moment. Well, that one went really easy. You watch this one, will be a bit of a tricky one. And these have got, you can adjust them to make them tight around your arms. That's all we need to do. And we can see in there. Right, open them up, let the girls out. If you can catch the queen as she comes out, more the better. If you can't, it don't matter. Here they come. There's one more in there. Oh, she's out. Got her. Right, shake you out. Queenie can go back in. She's in. You can see that. Boom, like that. So she's in there now by herself. Oh. Shake the girls out of this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is break these two tabs. One. Now you can reuse these tabs again, reuse them again. I like to rip the tabs off completely, so there's no chance of them closing back up on themselves again. There we go. So now we're in this position where we've got our queen only in the cage. So all we've got to do now is pop that in to the hive that we've obviously made previously, hopelessly queenless. I will put my veil up, won't bother with the zips, just so we can see what we're doing. Only because I know these colonies are gentle. Right, and all we do to start with, we just want to see, just going to put her on top like that. See all the girls have come running over to greet her. Look, they're all fanning their Nasonophs already, look. Ooh, we got a mated queen. And they'll be in there trying to feed her now. Right, it's just starting to rain, so let's get these covered up. Right, so I've just popped the cage in there. Can you see how all the girls are all over at the moment? See how they're all on my fingers as well, because I've got all that queen pheromone on there where I've touched her. Right, but they're not trying to ball her. They are trying just to get to mum. They're fanning their Nasonoph. Hang on, look at this. Fanning their Nasonophs. Here she is, here she is. Right, let's get them covered up. They're all really interested now, aren't they? Beautiful. Right, go back on. So those cages are called slow release cages. It's because they've got that block of fondant on them. We've popped those tabs, and now the girls can eat their way into the queen to release her. And that normally takes sort of 24 hours, that's all. So we'll come back in a couple of days and we'll see if she's been released and see if they've been accepted. Right, see you in a bit. Right, so what we're doing on this colony is We're literally just checking to see if that queen's been accepted. So this one was slightly different in so much that the other two that I've already done, where the queen has been accepted, were introduced queen from splits. Whereas this one, if you remember, this was the one where the queen had passed, which I think I rolled her and killed her, I think, but that's not confirmed. So, well, she's been released. That's a good sign. Well, it's a sign, don't know if it's a good sign yet. We won't know that until we've been in and either find her or find eggs. So let's have a quick look. That's all we're doing. I want to see the queen and eggs, really. Eggs is brilliant. And nothing on there. Festooning, that's good. That means they want to draw out wax. Yeah, we got eggs. That's good news. And we got our queen. Nice. She is, big orange girl, look. So we got queen, we got eggs. This colony should now take off a little bit. So we don't need to check any more of this. That's it now. In fact, we could even just leave them for a week, 10 days, although that queen does need to be clipped. We're not going to do that now. So, successful. So there we are then. Who said this beekeeping was hard? So this is the third one. I've done two at the Home View apiary, and there was only this one, wasn't there, in Goose apiary. The difference between this one and the other two was they were splits, and this one was a dead queen. So, but all three have been successful, and all three have got their queens in and laying. So that's really, really cool. So that ends this video here. It was a nice simple one, wasn't it? How to introduce a queen. Hope you got something from it. Hope you're enjoying them, and we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.